Hello family, it's Dawn with Dawn's Light. Welcome to another Wow Wednesday, your weekly word of wisdom. I have a question for you. If tomorrow you didn't wake up, today was your very last day, and I know that's not easy to think about, but let's face it, we're all going that way eventually. So, if today were your very last day on earth, what would you want to be remembered for? How would you want to be remembered? How would you want people to look back on your life and think about you? That's not a question that we often ask ourselves, but I think it's a question that we should. Each and every day, if we begin to consider why we do what we do, why we get up each day, why we love the people we love, why we go to the places we go, hang out in the crowds that we hang out in, eat what we eat, dress how we dress. If we will ask ourselves why, it just may help us figure out how we should live this life, how we should plan for our future, how we should decide where we will live, when we will go, where we will work, how we'll talk to somebody, how we will interact with someone. You see, once you figure out your why, you won't have any problem figuring out the way, your how. Before you jump in your car and head off to anywhere, most often, if you're going to have a good trip, you're going to decide that you're going somewhere. You're going to have it in mind where you want to be. So when you get in your car, you're going to head out on a certain path. Why? Because you want to get to point B from point A. But if you don't have a clue about the why, where you're trying to go, what you want to do when you get there, why you're in the car in the first place, you're going to probably get lost or waste a whole lot of time on roads and intersections and highways that are never ever going to get you really anywhere. And I just realized that it's so funny that most of us live our lives that way. I hear every single day almost from someone, life happens. It just happened. I don't know. It just happened. What do you want to be? I don't know. Where do you want to go? I don't know. Why are you here? I don't know. This may be you, and it may not be. For some of you who have adult children or older teen children, I'm sure you're used to those sort of answers. And it can be the most frustrating thing as a parent to ask your young son or daughter, what is it you want to do with your life? And to see them say, I don't know. We want to tell them, make a plan, figure it out. And they don't have the first clue as to how to do that. And often it's because maybe we haven't set a very good example for showing them how it is that we came up with the plans we have for our life. So, my encouragement for today comes from Ephesians 5:15. And I'm reading this from the Amplified version. It says, therefore, see that you walk carefully, living life with honor, purpose, and courage, shunning those who tolerate and enable evil, not as the unwise, but as wise, sensible, intelligent, discerning people, making the very most of your time on earth, recognizing and taking advantage of each opportunity and using it with wisdom and diligence, because the days are filled with evil. Therefore, don't be foolish and thoughtless, but understand and firmly grasp what the will of the Lord is. Now, I'm going to paraphrase that. Basically, don't be wasting your time. Figure out why in the world you are here and what it is that you hope to accomplish in this life, and then go out and get yourself surrounded by some people with some sense who can help you create a path to get there. That's my version. So I've heard it said that if you're the smartest person in the circle that you're in, you need to get a new circle. If you are the most successful person in the circle of friends that you're in, it's time to get you some more friends. You need to grow in whatever it is that you do. And once you've grown to the point that you've been able to accomplish or do everything within that area where you may be, it is time to move on. Don't forget my hermit crab analogy a few videos back. But it's so true in everything that we do. So I was thinking, I'm a little tired of hearing, I don't know, it just happens, and having people believe that that's true. Yes, life is going to continue whether you do something with it or not. But when it comes to your life and what you truly desire to have in your life, it is very possible for you to get the most out of it. These videos have been going on for a little over 7 months now. Actually, today it's been happening for 8 months. I'm super excited. I had some goals as I started out, and making these videos every week has been a goal that I've been able to keep. Glory to God. I haven't had to do a Thankful Thursday or Grace-Filled Thursday yet. One of my other goals is to accomplish something I've been working on for a number of years, and it's getting closer. I had a little setback, but I'm cooking it right back up and hoping to put it out there. And then along the way, a little surprise came into my life. Now, those are one of those situations where I maybe didn't use as much wisdom and discernment as I should in coming up with this new area, but I jumped. I feel like I've been living a wise and discerning life. And when you live with wisdom and good discernment and you make good plans and purposes for your life, it helps you to also live with courage and boldness. So I jumped, and it's starting to pay off. So I encourage you, if you haven't figured out where you're going or what you're going to do when you get there, maybe you really haven't determined what your why is, because this life was never intended for you to just survive. The worst thing you can do is to live this life in survival mode. This life is meant to be lived to the full. Squeeze every ounce of it out of it. Some of you aren't even willing to drive to the other side of town and figure out what's going on in that area. You can learn something just by stepping out into a new area of your city, looking around and finding out what may be going on that you don't know about. Go on some websites, find out about events in your local city. Your local chamber of commerce or tourism department can help you with that. Find out about festivals and events, art gatherings, social gatherings, political gatherings, whatever interests you. You know how they say there's an app for that? Well, there's a group for that too. Take the time to really understand what all you've been blessed with, because there's so much available to you. Just look around. You know, the next time you take a flight and you get stranded in a city for a couple of hours waiting for that next plane, don't just sit there in your seats on your phone or trying to catch a nap, which you know is hard to do in an airport anyway. I'm always freezing cold. No seats are uncomfortable, right? So the next time you're in the airport and you're stranded there for a couple of hours, walk around that airport. Find out what happens in that city from day to day. You just don't know who you may meet or who may be just around the corner in another area. Take the time to venture out. Get the desire inside you to make something happen. Figure out your why. So then you'll be able to understand the how you're going to get to where it is you want to go, and how you're going to accomplish everything that God has already prepared in advance for you. If you look at His Word, you'll see He has a plan for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. And He's already prepared them in advance for you. So grasp hold of that. Take that promise and that hope for success in whatever you do that's pleasing to the Lord, and watch Him work. And then figure out, if today were my last day, what will they say about me? I hope that you'll have a story that people will be talking about for years and years and years. Enjoy as they remember you. So, if you're blessed with another day tomorrow, and I sincerely hope that you are, make the most of every minute in the day, because it passes so quickly, you won't get it back. That's one thing I can tell you. You will not get it back. And no matter what all you have to do, no matter what you plan to do, that day won't get any longer. It's going to have the same exact seconds and minutes and hours every single day. But you can make the most of them, and you can put a whole lot into a little bit if you do it with intention and purpose. So that's my Wow Wednesday for this week. I hope that inspires you. I love you, and I look forward to seeing you next week on another Wow Wednesday. Bye-bye.